Maybe it's the slap of river against the bow, maybe it's the mesmerising calm of a gentle drift, maybe it's just the sparkling reflection off a shimmering surface. Whatever it is, it's undeniable. As the rat said to the mole in The Wind in the Willows, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, half so much worth doing as simply messing about in boats. And here, on the good ship Scenic Azure, that is only half the delight, because once we step ashore and wander into the craggy, jagged landscape of Portugal's Douro Valley, a whole wide world of wonder reveals itself. This is Scenic's unforgettable Douro journey, and so far it's most certainly living up to its name. We kicked off our trip in the capital Lisbon before heading north to the lively port city of Porto. After exploring the sights and delights of Porto, we boarded Scenic Azure to explore the magic of the Douro. This week, we'll journey east all the way to the Spanish border, visiting some of the Douro Valley's most enchanting towns, some of which are now virtually deserted, like Tarauca, the site of Portugal's first Cistercian monastery, founded in 1124. It fell into ruin after the religious order was abolished in the 1800s, but there's something eerily beautiful about what remains. Why was this all built right here?
They always built monasteries next to rivers, because water was very important for self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Yes.
Only the chapel remains intact amongst the ghostly ruins. Not only is it still standing, it's jaw-droppingly magnificent. It's just so grand and over the top. The people were probably living very simple lives, but there's so much wealth in the church, isn't there?
Yes, it is, yes.
A few k's away is Ucânia Bridge, once the access point for the region. It was Portugal's first toll bridge and is now regarded as one of the most beautiful medieval bridges in Europe. Very imposing bridge.
Yes, a very imposing bridge that was fortified in the 15th century. Travelers paid to cross
So to
the
get
bridge.
across the bridge you had to pay, and you would bring your produce from your farm or something and they'd store it in there.
Yes, they stored it in there.
With Scenic, there's always choice: kick back on the ship and relax, or get out and explore, either at your leisure or on a guided tour. With Scenic Free Choice, you can choose your own included adventure. I've opted to head north, to a place I've long imagined, but until now haven't had the chance to see for myself. I defy anyone entering this palace not to be reminded of the bottle with this image on its label, Matus Rosé, the distinctly shaped bottle which would perfectly complement the flash dinner in a flash pasta restaurant, the bottle which you'd take home not only to remind you of the memorable moment, but into which you'd stick a candle before dimming the lights. When was the palace built?
Well, the palace was built in the first half of 18th century by one member of the families.
And they were obviously a very wealthy family.
Yes, the family was always connected to the production of the wine. And for example, even nowadays, the port wine is still produced in the house, in the winery.
So the famous Matus Rosé was grown in this area?
Well, the grapes, yes.
Yeah, fantastic.
But nowadays, the wine, it's not produced in here.
Right. From here, Scenic Azure awaits to continue our leisurely glide along Douro, transporting us to the next fascinating location and allowing us to absorb all the wonder and magic of this magnificent region as we go.
I've never been to an area that's so old. Yeah. So coming from Australia, I mean, we have old, but we don't have old like it is here. And I thought we'd be on a river with, you know, a couple of vineyards on the side, and yeah, just a river like like normal. I have no idea for the scale of this thing. This is just unbelievable.
So welcome to this beautiful dinner, Portobello.
What's also unbelievable is the level of service on board the good ship Scenic Azure. You can bet you'll be wined and dined till your heart and your stomach are more than content.